With drawing classes, we're going to start out with color pencils, blending them, learning the various shades of colors, and we're not going to go into a lot of different variety of pencils. We're just going to work with 12 basic pencils and draw perspective, how to do overlaps, how to do shading, and that will do a lot to relate and get into pictures and how to develop watercolor and oil paintings. Now with watercolor, what I want to do is start to teach you how to stretch watercolor paper, get a knowledge of the basic colors so that we can mix triadic colors, schemes, mix values, mix mediums into that, and with the watercolors, we'll use different watercolor paper, with cold press, smooth press, and now there's a new watercolor called oil watercolor where you can use mixed mediums. So you can use oil paints, acrylics, as well as watercolor medium on a watercolor paper, and that's quite of an experience, quite a nice medium to work with. You'll get good results. Now with acrylics, a lot of people like to work with acrylics, but they don't always know the various surfaces that they can work with. They can work on canvas, they could work on a gessoed surface, or even paint on a panel, but it has to be properly prepared, so I can teach you how to do that. Plus, acrylics tend to dry immediately, and you can use the various subject matters, people, landscapes, which are really good, figurative drawings. Bring your own reference materials. We'll have small TV screens that you can work from. I can supply some ideas. And with sculpture, I want to teach you the various mediums on what's available. Now we can work with wet clay, and then we can also work with a self-drying clay. And the self-drying clay is great because you get an immediate result, and you can take that home. With wet clay, what happens is you can form your figurative drawing, an animal, abstract expression type of piece, and then when you get it to where you want it, I can show you how to make a plaster mold of that, pour epoxy mediums into it, and get a finished result. And that you can display a lot like a freestanding bust or a relief hanging on a wall. Also, the classes can get extended into other things like learning how to frame your work properly and mat them. Also, in my classroom, I'll have a board with lights so you can correctly copy your things on a 35mm camera, video, put it on your computer, put it on your website, so that whatever you come up with from your classes go right onto your website. You can show people, you can reflect on it, and then progress from there. So the class is anywhere from start to finish, or as an experience or intermediate artist, come in at any time, refine your skills. And this is a good way to get to know people, come in with a friend, and continue your education where you left off. Experience new mediums that you always wanted to do, but you never had the chance to physically pick up things and do them. There's a chance to work with a new medium that I like is watercolor and casein. Now casein is a very good medium, and it's a lot like watercolor, only with watercolor you don't have any chance to go back and slightly correct some of the things and imperfections that you made before. Caseins are very much like watercolor, and they go inherently with watercolors so that you can complete a complete picture without making the mistakes that beginners, intermediate, and even me, like an advanced student, might do. You have a chance to build watercolors, do the initial wash, come in with your drawing afterwards, change things, go over with a little white mixed in with your reds or blues, and push colors back, bring colors forward, and get a better result maybe than a simple watercolor painting. It isn't a mixed medium, it's a watercolor painting with acrylics, or, like I said, caseins. So this really improves how you will be able to complete a painting.